We've lost the last 2 games, and we seem to have a player revolt on our hands, so... episode 7 time, eh? Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of the RB Leipzig save on FM18. Getting straight into it, and since you last were with me, of course, we played against Ingolstadt and Stuttgart, and we won both of those games. But then we lost the first game since November, and we lost them in a duo, so they all say things come in threes, so I can guarantee we'll lose against Bayern Munich as well. We lost against Leverkusen 1-0. We're really in the game, to be quite honest, and it was at home. If you look at the stats, well, I can't really look at the stats. We look at the analysis, mate. There we go. We had 16 shots, more of the possession, 8 shots on target. It just seems that a little bit like on camera. We just can't score goals, which is really infuriating. Now we played against Dortmund, and we were quite close in that game. To be fair, they went 1-0 up. We equalised to make it 1-1. Then they scored 2 goals, and it was just out of our reach. And it's been really disappointing, and as I just said, all things seem to go in threes. So we've got Bayern Munich today, and I feel like the webcam's moved a bit, but should be okay. Look, this is what it does to me on a daily basis. It moves the other way. I'm sure it'll be alright for you folks, but yeah, we've got Bayern Munich and Mainz today. Bayern Munich in 9th and Mainz in 6th, and let's just have a look at past positions just to show where we have fell. And obviously we played Stuttgart, and we were in 3rd, and now we've dropped to 4th. It doesn't seem a massive thing, but if we look at the table now, it is really close. There's only 2 points between us and Hertha in 8th, and with the same token, there's only 2 points between us and Hamburger in 2nd place. So it's a massively close league, and Bayern are still struggling a little bit because even though they've got Enrique in charge, they lost to Augsburg a few weeks back and they lost to Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim just seems to be absolutely top-notch, and it's weird because they had a really bad start, actually. We beat them, of course, in our first game, but then they went on a really good run. They didn't lose until they lost to Hanover, a bit like us, it seems. And then they lost to Frankfurt, and they haven't lost since. So maybe they've got a bad run of form coming up. Who knows? They've only lost 3 games this year, as I've said before. And we've obviously lost 7. We've drawn 5 and won 11. And really, I'd love to get back on winning terms today against Bayern. It'd be the kind of push we need. And then the player revolt we've got on our hands. We've got Timo Werner, who is whinging about a new deal. Everybody at Leipzig, it's really annoying. They all seem to want a new deal because they're not being paid enough in game. And then they think, oh, we need a new deal now. In one hand, I really want to build a team against Brand Werner. I really appreciate he's a fantastic player. And he is a young player who we could build around. At the same time, his wage demands are absolutely ridiculous. I'm not going to go into a contract offer because I've already offered him 2. And he's on £34,500 now. And I believe that he wanted about 90k, which is absolutely ludicrous. Now, we're already spending $1 million on wages a week. And our committed spending is £936,000 a week. And our wage budget is only £117,000. So if you had Werner on 100,000 rather than 35, that would increase that to 175,000. As you can see, looking at the projection, our balance is seeming to go up, but it looks like the wage costs are bound to go up in the next few years. And 61.89 million a year is quite ludicrous. And by the way, have I got it per week? Can't remember. Oh yeah, I have got it per week. To be fair, I'll actually change this now because what I usually do on FM, just a sort of thing for me, I do it yearly in terms of wages. So let's wait for it to all load. I should have really done this off camera. I've never realised, to be honest, that I've done this, but I always like to prefer this. So let's have a look at it yearly. So he earns 1.77 million a year. So looking at the finances then, oh god, it all looks a bit different now, doesn't it? But yeah, basically, we're going to struggle. We're definitely going to struggle. So, Timo Werner, should he stay or should he go? The famous Clash song. He's quite an influential player. He is in the highly influential players and has got definitely that negative of wanting a new deal to reflect his ability, apparently, and he doesn't like me. But we have put him in the team for today's game against Bayern, just to show what he can do. And we've had quite a rotation. We've got quite a few players that are injured, actually. We've got Forsberg, Ilsank, and Dem that can't quite play today. So we've got Horn in goal, Openicano, if I can speak. What, did I pronounce his name right? That's brilliant. And Orban in the centre-back positions. Klostermann and Halstenberg on the left-back positions. Grucic gets a rare appearance as defensive midfielder because there's literally nobody else to play there. Kaiser and Cage in the middle. Sabitzer and Bruma on the wings. And then Werner up front. We're actually going to change Bruma because Bruma's been really bad recently for a Chubakar, is it? I don't know what his name is. But we'll play him as an advanced playmaker. And we will just get on with the game against Bayern. Dear, I'm not looking forward to this. I'm really not looking forward to this at all. It's going to be one of the hardest games of the season. The last time we met Bayern, I'm sure it was something along the lines of 2-0 to them. And I think we just got to say to them good luck because the team are a bit against me at the moment. That's a real shame. And a win here, or at least a draw, would definitely be nice. Oh, that was weird. I don't know if it happened on your screen, but the game went a bit slow then. That's a bit odd. But if we lose again today, we could be, after the game that Hoffenheim play, as much as 12 points off the top of the table. Is it 12? Am I right? No, it'd be 13 actually, but we have got a chance. Werner's up front, and he scored a goal. Oh my goodness me, Willi Orban with a fantastic ball. And maybe, me not giving him a deal, but giving him a bit of a tongue-in-cheek, aggravating him a little bit, has just gone, right, I really want to play for this club, which I don't really think would be logical, but, I really want to play for this club. Let's show us what we can do. A fantastic ball from Orban at the back, who's been a little bit weak at the moment at the back, and two players that really I would love to see do well are doing well, and if Werner can do the business, that's absolutely fantastic. I'm getting messaged at the bottom corner of my screen, so I keep looking at that. That's the only annoying thing with a messenger on your computer, is that you get messages on the bottom right of your screen. And no, I don't want any ads on Facebook, fans. I don't put anything interesting on there if you're particularly interested, but I don't mind Facebook, and Twitter's probably the best social platform to go and follow me on. So if you haven't followed me on Twitter just yet, bit of a plug here because nothing's happening, but my Twitter is @TobyJones22, and it'll be down in the description somewhere, and also on my YouTube channel. Literally, wherever you go that's related to me, you will find my Twitter. And on there, there'll be, like, votes, polls for stuff around YouTube, views and opinions on football, F1, even cricket with the Ashes starting. And with the Ashes starting, if you're interested in that sort of thing, by the way, folks, and that's going to be 2-0 to Leipzig. Oh, we're in dreamland. We're in dreamland. This is fantastic. What a contrast to what it was last episode. Well, not last episode, but the last few games, sorry. But, because the Ashes are starting next Thursday, me and Captain Goodspeed, my good friend Captain Goodspeed, were actually having a brilliant chat last night about YouTube and all things relating to YouTube. I'm not going to go into depth. And we even talked about a little bit of maths and Suvat equation. If you know what a Suvat equation is, I'll be very impressed because, well, let's not get into that, but yeah. We're going to be doing reviews of each test from the Ashes. That's 2-1, that's a shame. We're going to have to go a bit more defensive, I think, now, but we're going to be doing reviews of each of the Ashes tests. I personally reckon that Australia will whoop the English, particularly because of Ben Stokes going out of the team. I just don't think that, okay, he was wrong in what he did, but from what I've read, and I'll now go massive off topic, and if you don't like cricket, I'm so sorry, but I read that basically there was a homosexual couple that were getting abuse. I mean, Ben Stokes and Alex Hales have gone out to this club, pub, whatever, and these homosexuals were getting abuse, and, well, they kept getting abuse, and I think the one perpetrator, if you like, had a real go and started to get a bit violent with the homosexual couple. And all Ben Stokes did was stick up for them. So, okay, he might have absolutely battered them, but it's not really the point, is it? I think we've got this trial that's going on, I think, soon, but it's too late now. Ben Stokes going to be out of the Ashes, and is it really justified, If that news story, that if it is true, obviously I wasn't there, but if that news story that he was protecting these people, and I know I'm not a violent activist or whatever, I don't like violence whatsoever, and this is getting a bit serious, isn't it? It's 3-1 to us, get in, and Werner gets another goal. I don't go on gone to serious, but it's just one of them things that you go off on a massive tangent. But it's almost like he's missing out on the Ashes for the complete wrong reasons. If he'd gone outside a club and started battering someone because he was a bit, jolly and a bit, what's the word? I can't think now. Well, just a bit jolly, really, he'd had a few drinks. That's absolutely fair enough. But if the news story is right, that he is almost defending people, then he shouldn't be ruled out. Same goes for Alex Hales. And I don't know what they've done, but the trouble is these papers, particularly The Sun, which, as a Liverpool fan, obviously I don't like, but there we go, let's get over any grudges to The Sun, is that they blow things up out of proportion. It's just amazing, really, that if one of our sports stars, that, he's a huge sports star, I think, at the moment, not necessarily huge in the grand scheme of things, because a lot of people probably don't know who Ben Stokes is, and probably know who he is now because of this stupid news story. But I just feel that, I was talking about this with Captain Goodspeed last night, it's so overblown in the media, and it's all due to social media now. And that's where I'm going to end that discussion. I'm so sorry if I've bored you to tears, but I just wanted to get that off my chest, and I don't know where it came from, but there we go. It all came from the fact that we're doing an Ashes review after every one, and hasn't, if you're a fan of Captain Goodspeed, the Ashes series on his channel absolutely blown up. It's quite incredible to see. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, Joe, and well done on 2k subscribers as well. He's just all Captain Goodspeed. I might as well just get Captain Goodspeed on and he can commentate on the damn thing. Right, a review of the game so far. Let's just pause the game. Yeah. 3-1, RB Leipzig. Let's have a look at the analysis so far. We're 3-1 up against Bayern. It's completely bypassed me, to be quite honest. Timo Werner scored 2 goals. Wow, this is quite impressive. I didn't expect us to win this. And when they said all things come in threes, it was a bit of a lie, I guess. But apparently Upamecano hasn't played well, so Konate can come on for him. And we will also, I think, make our last substitution. And we will bring Dominic Kaiser off because he's quite tired, it seems. And we'll give Bernardo a chance. And actually, Grujic is really tired, so maybe just bring him off instead. Pardon me. But this is a really good game. This is, I can't stress enough how much of an important result this is and how much of a turnaround it would be to win this. And in the Liverpool series, we had some... Oh my lord, it's 4-1. This is absolutely fantastic. Right, we've got to go defensive now, just to make sure we keep this lead. You know, waste time where we can. Just play it out of defence. Don't bother with exploiting any of the flanks. Just play it out of defence. Work the ball into the box. Short passing. And just be a bit more disciplined. And we should be alright, but... Well, I can't remember what I was going to say now. But we did have a bit of a... Yeah, that's the one. I did have a bit of a camera curse on the beta save I found with Liverpool. It was almost like we did really well, and then when we came on camera, we were terrible. Seems like here we've got the opposite. I think we've gone 3 episodes now. If obviously we beat Mainz, of course. We've gone 3 episodes without a loss or without a draw, which is really nice. But it's almost like with those 2 losses against Leverkusen and Dortmund, the damage is already done. Because I can't see Hoffenheim having that sort of run. And Hoffenheim's the only people, really, that's going to be the threat. And it's 5-1. This is absolutely fantastic. This is brilliant. Just to emphasise this, we are beating Bayern Munich. The best club in, you know, one of the best clubs in Europe. The holder of the Bundesliga for the last 4 or 5 years. We are beating them. RB bloody Leipzig are beating them 5-1. And Timo Werner's got a hat-trick to go along with that. That's not what I expected when I came into this episode, I must admit. Whether they've just got a depleted squad or what, we're just dominating them, saying that they'll probably score here. But, wow, absolutely fantastic. They've got Lewandowski up front as well, and they've got Rodriguez on the left, and Muller on the right. It's not exactly like they've got a weakened squad. This is just jaw-dropping, this is. This could be the game that wins us the league, if we do go on to win it. I doubt we will, because even if Hoffenheim get a draw, they're still going to be 8 points ahead. It really doesn't matter, but Hoffenheim seems to be in great form at the moment. It's going to be 5-2, but, you know, the game's over, I think, now, so we don't have to worry about that. But, wow. I mean, it's been a weird Bundesliga season, I think. Hamburg are up there, Mainz are up there. That's really peculiar. But there's only 15 points between the top 10. And if Hanover win their next game, Bayern will find themselves, quite late into the season, with only 10 games to go, of course, in the bottom half of the table. And there's going to be a situation at one point where Bayern can't win the league. And that is quite an incredible thing, and I'd love to be the people that win the league and snatch it off Bayern, but I feel like Hoffenheim are on too good a run at the moment. Unfortunately, we don't get a game against Hoffenheim until the end of the season to kind of turn that around, but what a fantastic performance that is. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy for the lads, and it's absolutely fantastic. What was that about the Youth League quarter-final draw? Let's go on competitions a second. Can we go on the under... No, we can't go... under-19s... squad. Sorry about this, folks. Under 19s. They're in the first in the, you know, division, yay. But oh, we need to go on schedule. That's the one. If we go then to the under 19 fixtures, they are in the UEFA Youth League second knockout round. It's got like Youth Champions League, and we won this with Liverpool with our under 18s. And who's this? Nicholas Kuhn. Wow, he's done really well. He's the top goal scorer in this level, and we've got some really positive youngsters. And Joachim Low was there, of course, at the Bayern match to see Horn, Orban, Werner, I was going to say then, and a few of the Bayern players for his squad. And I'm sure after that performance, he'll be convinced to add a few of our players to the squad. But anyway, now, wow, this is fantastic. Let's go and play against Mainz, in which I'm sure we'll lose because we just beat Bayern. It's all very exciting because the top 3 all play at 3:30. We play Mainz, Wolfsburg have got Hoffenheim, and Hamburg have got Augsburg. Technically, we should all win our games, but it's not cut and dry. And Leverkusen also play later against Bayern Munich. Now, Hoffenheim drew the last match, and of course Hamburg did because the 2 played each other, which would make complete sense. And therefore, we're on the same points of Hamburg, and Hoffenheim at 8 points ahead, and that could have a massive point swing come the end of today's game. Now, we're only going to make the one change. because we were absolutely fantastic against Bayern, and I really don't want to change that to an extent. And I'm just, well, I still cannot believe that Bayern game, to be quite honest. It was a fantastic performance by all of the players, and it was just great stuff, and we can go within 5 points of Hoffenheim today, and that'd be fantastic. So let's go and impress the manager. 5 of our players got in the team of the week, which is also nice. Last week they were Werner, Kaiser, Orban. Oh god, it might have. Oh, I can't remember now. It might have been Sabitzer. I can't quite remember, but it was somebody. Well, 5 of our players got in anyway. And Werner got player of the week because, obviously, inevitably, after scoring a hat-trick against Bayern Munich, you're going to be quite interested. Anyway, we've got an early highlight here. Kaiser to Bernardo. Puts it to Keita to a Chubakar. And it's not a penalty. I thought it was for a few seconds there, but it's not. But they've now got a counter-attack, and it's a lovely ball away by Upamecano. Let's say his name properly now. It'd be nice. And it's a lovely ball from Kaiser, but nothing quite comes to the end of it. But Knights have now got a counter-attack. Considering we're on counter strategy, it feels like we're probably playing, they're playing counter-attack as well, so it's kind of the lesser of two, it's not the lesser of two evils, but they're cancelling each other out. That's the one I'm trying to think of. But everyone's cancelling each other out. But I think we've probably got the better squad. Mainz have had a fantastic season. I'm not going to take that away from them at all, but we should really be winning this game. Sabitzer to Chubakar. Into Sabitzer, a lovely 1-2 to Werner, but it is offside, of course, so it's not going to be 1-0. I know that because it hasn't popped up in the top, and that's how you can clearly see it's an offside goal. Looks like Hoffenheim are already winning their game. I'm sure we can get that notification in just a second. On the recent event screen, actually, we're going to go with latest event updates instead of that, because we want to know who's doing what. But it looks like we've got no event updates apparently at the moment, which is a bit strange. But I'm sure Hoffenheim are winning because they were on 48, 47. No, they must have been on 4. I think they are drawing. And there we go. Frankfurt scored a goal against Werder Bremen, and Hertha has scored against Hanover. We've nearly scored against Mainz here, and I feel like this one could be a 0-0 because we were so brilliant against Bayern Munich. I feel like we do need to go on attacking, actually, because we are dominating this game. No question about it. And Hertha have had a good season as well, you know. The one team that just haven't had a good season is Bayern. Dortmund and Leverkusen are keeping up. They're doing all right. But Bayern's season has been a bit tripe, to be honest, and if we want to use a word, or a bit naff. I like the word naff. But we're nearly at half-time, and as you can see, Bayern are in 10th. That's quite a startling read. I mean, it's just shocking, to be honest. And they are actually close to the relegation zone. They are to the top of the table. That's quite impressive. But we have been the better team here, no doubt about it. We just need to keep doing what we have been. And Hoffenheim on 50 points. Nothing's happened so far. Hoffenheim, Hamburger, and us are all drawing, which is a real surprise, to be honest, because I predicted before the match there'll be 3 wins. I reckon it'll probably be 2 wins and 1 draw for the top 3. And I reckon it will probably be the drawing side, and the other 2 will be the winning side. And it's quite incredible, really, because before this season, Hamburger I did not expect to be fighting for the title with, because Hamburger have just took the lead. So they're only 6 points behind Hoffenheim now. They've took the lead against Augsburg, and we're just waiting for an update from Hoffenheim. But we could do with a goal here. You cannot quite believe after we scored 5 against Bayern Munich that we can't score against Mainz. I think Mainz are a bit more defensively minded and maybe playing for the draw, but we're not doing very well. But a lovely ball from Bernardo gets to Timo Werner. Of course, we're only playing 1 striker, which might make a change to it. But a lovely ball from the left winger to Keita, back in from Sabitzer, and it's all a bit of a mess in the box, but nothing really happening there. They've put it out now. They've got a counter-attack. It wasn't just a simple shove out, but it's a good counter-attack from them. Latz are on the ball to, I don't know what his name is, Levin something. Horn gets onto it. Lovely stuff. I don't know how I'd rate Horner, to be honest. It's not Horner, it's just Horn. It's not Christian Horner. I don't know how I'd rate Horn, actually, as a goalkeeper this season. It's a tricky one. Was he worth the 15 million? I don't quite know at the moment. A lovely ball from Orban. And will it reach Werner? I think it will, you know. Will it reach Werner? Can he beat the goalkeeper? No, he can't. He just hits the side netting. And it's been a little bit of a disappointing game, to be honest, so far, if I'm going to be honest. We'll take Grucic off because he's just a bit tired, to be honest. He's very tired. I can clearly see that. Schmitz needs to come on forward. Grucic. And we will put them 2 on attacking. Bring a Chubakar off for Bruma. And we will also keep it as it is. Keep it as it is at the moment. See what happens in the next few minutes. And if nothing happens, we can also make that 3rd and final substitution. And see what happens after that. We really need the win, though, today. I think it would be a real flat game if it was 0-0. But it looks like Mainz are on top of the moment, which is quite a surprise. Quaison puts it in. We get it out to an extent. What a shot that was, but not quite getting anywhere. Sabitzer puts it towards Timo Werner. Can we get players up? Oh, Werner. That was shocking, right. after a fantastic game, he's just not turned it on today. So he's going to have to come off for use of pulse. We'll bring on Augustin. Seems like makes sense. Play him as a complete forward and see what I can do. Pump the balls up to him and see what he can do. More direct passing, dribble less. Be more expressive, why not? Let's have a normal defensive line and a fluid play. And we'll also give a good shape to the players to push forward. Because really we do need this win. Even if Hoffenheim are drawing, we really need to pounce on that draw. And they can still win, of course. We also like that Mainz are having the more of the game, which is a real shot. But we get a counter-attack here. Kaiser, Schmitz, they get it out. Kaiser keep the ball. Our former captain, even though he doesn't seem to be in game. Right, Bernardo's got that back after a bit of a mess passing from them. That was even worse from us. Orban, keep the ball. Lovely ball up to Augustin. Come on, son. Oh, my goodness me. We're back to our former rubbish tactic of just having a shot. And it's not good enough. And this might well end 0-0. I'm just conscious as well that the Hamburger players have been sent off. Wolfsburg are beating Hoffenheim. Oh, but we're still not going to gain. We're only going to gain the 1 point on them. That's a real shame. Ah, what a boring game to end the episode after that fantastic Bayern game. But what a game it looks like it's been at Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg, of course, in the relegation zone. And Hoffenheim at the top of the table. But they've upset the odds massively. Have Wolfsburg today. Of course, Conrad Lima playing in that team. Gets a 7.1 rating. Who scored for Wolfsburg? Was it Origi? No, it was Nani Dimata. 20-year-old Belgian. But wow, that's fantastic. 85 minutes in, they score, and that means a lot for the table. Of course, we only gain a point, and Hamburger gain a few more points. So at the end of today's episode, we're on 42, Hamburger 44, and Hoffenheim 49. And actually, if Leverkusen win their game, and Schalke win their games, it'll be 42, 43, 43, 44, and 49. And will it just be now the start of a downturn for Hoffenheim, I wonder? But let's come back. We're going to leave it a bit till we come back this time. I feel like we've done too many games in a short amount of time. We're going to come back for the game against whichever one of these teams seem the most appetising. So we're going to play around the DFB Pokal semi-final. Or we're going to play Leverkusen and Cologne, or Werder Bremen and Leverkusen. Anyway, I've enjoyed that a lot more than our previous episodes. It's been a mega episode against Bayern, and we've gained some points to the table. If you have enjoyed that episode, folks, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and there's going to be loads more series on the channel in the next few weeks. I thought of so much to do alongside FM, because FM on its own can be a little bit boring for you guys. And if it's only one series, I completely understand. So it might be another series on FM, another series on a retro game. A retro game? Never heard of a retro game before, but there we go. But anyway, yeah, the retro game series, keep that in mind. Anyway, I've been TIJ, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 PM for another video. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.